What's up, guys? How's it going? Ryan here. Today, I bring you a special episode of the DeepThoughts podcast. We're going to title this one 10.5, since this is not going to be like the other episodes where it's going to be super long, but kind of a mini update for you guys and information about all that good stuff that's been happening at TwitchCon. So, we wouldn't be able to record an episode until Tuesday, and the TwitchCon announcements just happened, so we're like, why not? I'll record a special episode for you guys. Many of you older listeners or returning listeners already kind of know that we're doing a special episode, so this episode will be a little bit shorter, just kind of first impressions and talking and discussing about, the TwitchCon keynote. And we will be back, though, on Tuesday for a regular full episode of the podcast. So keep that in mind. Pixel is not with me today, unfortunately, guys. So this is the first time on this podcast that you've heard me solo keel. But excuse me. But we will be back with a full episode on Tuesday. Pixel is actually at TwitchCon, so we will discuss and talk to him now. Of course, podcast is a little scuffed right now. I got the cough, so I pardon if there's some intermediate muting and stuff like that in between takes or me drinking my water here. But yeah, so Tuesday we will be back with a full episode. Since Pixel is at TwitchCon, we're going to get his experiences about TwitchCon and what he thinks about the stuff that was announced at the keynote. And yeah, and then we'll talk about BlizzCon as well. So this episode, we're just kind of going to go over briefly everything and get the initial thoughts and stuff out. And then on Tuesday, we'll do a deeper dive and give more solidified opinions of everything announced at TwitchCon. Before we start, though, just want to let you guys know that you can follow us on Spotify or iTunes. And remember, when you find us or search us up, or check the show notes below for links to the Spotify and to iTunes, that you follow us on there. So that way you can automatically get notifications every time a new episode goes live. So keep that in mind as well. Also, if you guys do rate and review the podcast at any time, that really helps us get better SEO and better search results. So please go and rate and review our podcast if you've been enjoying it or you don't enjoy it. And get some creative feedback with that. Anyway, let's start off and talk all things TwitchCon. So, the TwitchCon keynote started off like a pretty typical keynote, to be honest. I didn't think that it would start off any glamour or glitz, but a lot of the things that I noticed from keynotes is they start off roughly the same all the time, with discussing and talking about just the community and how Twitch is this one big family, that we're here for Twitch chat, and that you're going to be meeting people and hanging out with people this whole weekend that you possibly have never met before, and that it's the community that makes Twitch. Pretty typical introduction type of stuff. A lot of padding, in my opinion, just kind of talking about, hey, we are announcing stuff, but, don't go all crazy. It's not like crazy amazing stuff. What's more important besides the announcements is that we are Twitch. We are a community, It's a usual type of business speak, in my opinion, to kind of pad any type of announcements that are going to be announced. They also talked about how Dr. Lupo and Ninja will be having candy bars that are going to be sold exclusively there from Hershey's company. So if you guys are on the show floor, or we're on the show floor, I should say, then you can check those out and purchase those there. Then pretty much after the host was done talking, he invited Emmett Smith, the CEO and co-founder of Twitch.tv, and he kind of came up on stage, and this part kind of tricked me, to be honest. The keynote only ran about 50, 60 minutes or so. It was a fairly short keynote. I believe the Blizzard one lasts almost 2 hours sometimes. But he ended up talking about community growth and thrive, three categories he wanted to talk about, and it sounded like he was going to break them down into categories with these new announcements, but not really, to be honest. So that was kind of interesting, and even just during the keynote itself, they were talking about how they were like, so first up, community, and then like he never went back to growth or thrive during his speech. So I was like, wow, this is a lot of stuff that they're adding to Twitch just for community. And then they didn't really. Then there was like, okay, keynote's over, bye. I was like, oh, okay. So, before we start really diving into all this new information that was added to the keynote and what's going to be added to Twitch, I will say that a lot of these changes are pretty minor lifestyle changes that make things simpler and a bit better on Twitch, but nothing big was announced. They did not announce anything about affiliates and ads. I'm not surprised because people hate ads, to be honest, now that I think about it. So they didn't announce anything about ads. They didn't announce anything about like Twitch Prime, like a new Twitch Prime or a new, level of between Twitch affiliate and Twitch partner. All of the things that were announced were pretty minor, but in my opinion, big deals because they do help out Twitch a lot, and I like a lot of features, but there's just like no really big like one more thing or like this is a big deal. Like, whoa, Pog, you know what I mean? There was nothing like that from the keynote, unfortunately. But I've enjoyed most of the things, so let's get into it. So the first thing they showed off was something called squad streaming, and that is basically multi-streaming, essentially, right? You can collaborate live with other streamers and bring your communities together during your stream, and it's straight from your dashboard. So you combine your stream with up to 3 other creators simultaneously, and the creators do not have to, or the viewer doesn't have to leave his like the viewer can watch all 3 streams from that person's stream. And so essentially how this works is, say that I am streaming and I want to stream with Pixel, and Pixel is also streaming at the same time. From my dashboard, I click a button called Squad Streaming. It sends an invite to Pixel and notifies him that I am streaming and I would like to co-stream with him at the same time. He clicks that button, and then both our streams will show up on both people's Twitch streams. So my stream will show Pixel, his stream will show me, and you are watching both the streams at the same time, can chat in both individual chats, can follow both chats if you don't follow one or the other, and can subscribe. So that is up to 4 different people at the same time. This is a pretty cool feature and a pretty big feature in my opinion. This might be probably, if I had to choose something from the keynote, something that was considered the big reveal or the big announcement, but they kind of brushed through this pretty fast. But overall, this is something that if you've ever been to like, multi-dot streams or something, or when you see people playing, streamers playing League of Legends together, and there's like 3 or 4 people dueling and stuff like that, you don't have to like jump between streams to streams or open up like 5 or 6 tabs if they're all playing the same game and they decide to use this feature. So unfortunately, I'm still going to be probably using stuff like multi-streaming if not everyone is streaming, right? Because let's say you're watching a stream and 3 of the streamers are streaming but one isn't, you're gonna lose one of the, or like it's not gonna work out too well. They all have to be streaming, of course, is something I forgot with that train of thought. But yeah, it makes it just easier for me to probably use something like multi-stream, because the creators will actually have to set that up and stuff, and they didn't talk much details about this. A lot of these announcements, to be honest, they did not flesh out any details. They gave us all big picture stuff, and they didn't give us small picture stuff of how this is exactly going to work. So I don't even think or know if there's going to be a permanent squad link that can be shared by moderators or anyone else. So it's kind of hard to say with what's going to happen with that. But yeah, so that was the first thing they announced, was squad streaming. Next up, they commented a couple things about the highlight editor. As you guys know, I use the highlight editor a lot, and they're just adding some new improvements to it to make it more user-friendly and kind of reshaping the UI. But they also announced that with the highlight editor, you can stitch together like multiple highlights at the same time, and like, so basically you use the Twitch marker to mark a bunch of places. You highlight all your videos, and then you can combine that into one giant highlight instead of having to highlight like 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Just make it like one big highlight. That that will be pretty useful, and I think what they're trying to do is make it so that content stays on Twitch. So when you highlight or create stuff and combine it, it just uploads directly to Twitch afterwards, and it's kind of like a mini summary of your stream. Pretty cool feature, but not very useful for me personally. I just highlight the episodes that we record for the podcast, and then boom, I'm done. Next up, which is a feature that they pretty much took from other third-party bots, is they announced VIP badges, which are unique badges and basically implement the regular feature in other bots. So if you didn't know, on Nightbot, MooBot, all these type of bots, Stream Elements as well, there's a feature called regular feature. And basically what this does is that if you add a username as a regular, they basically are unaffected by slow mode. They don't really get timed out. They can't get timed out unless it's by the broadcaster. They can talk during sub mode even if they're not a sub, etc. And they're pretty much bringing that to Twitch in the native chat. So at first, all streamers will have a baseline of about 10 VIP badges, and you just /VIP in the chat. And then let's say I go /VIP Pixel Pusher 101. He is now considered a VIP. He gets a new fancy little badge for the time being of being a VIP. And he is unaffected by slow mode. He can talk during subscriber only mode if he's not a sub for whatever reason. He basically has all powers of a moderator without actually having the moderator tools, right? So during emote only mode, I believe they can still talk using text, even though it's on emote only mode, unaffected by R9K, stuff like that. Pretty cool little feature. I guess it's like a way to vet certain people in the community and be like, hey, I'm a VIP, but not yet a moderator because we don't need more moderators. This feature could actually be something that I see myself using somewhat in my stream. I know for me personally, and I think for a lot of other content creators and stuff like that, they mod people who are just like IRL their friend just so they can like notice them. But, maybe they don't want that friend to be an actual moderator and have the power to time out or to ban people because they don't really understand Twitch culture, or they're not really going to be part of the mod team and moderation teams. So, but they still want them to stand out and be special and not be timed out or be able to talk whenever they need to. And so I can totally see the VIP feature working. You start with 10 VIP badges, like I mentioned, but then that goes up by a lot depending on, I guess, like VIP quests they're calling them. So basically, like if let's say you have a good stream and you have like 100. You get like 100 more viewers than usual, other VIP badges will unlock so you can add more VIPs. So it has to do with basically your concurrent following, I believe, on Twitch and your concurrent viewership on Twitch as well. So keep that in mind. Next up, mod tools. This is something that is pretty important and big to me since I am a moderator in a handful of Twitch streams. But basically, the mod tools have integrated a lot of stuff from LogViewer and CBenny, but you can see how many times a person's been timed out or banned. You also there's built-in mod logs, as well as you have a comment tool built in as well, which is pretty useful. For you guys that don't know, if you're not a moderator of a stream, there's certain websites that you can use. One of them is called LogViewer, and from there you can basically add a note to anyone you've timed out or banned, and only other moderators will be able to see that note. So basically that's going to be implemented within Twitch natively, so you don't need to use a third-party site. CBenny, the guy who already made the tool, has saying that he heard about this announcement months ago from Twitch, and that he's kind of been talking to him, and he's still going to be working on moderation tools to help them with some stuff. So we'll see what happens. Those mod tools, though, are in January, by the way. But the other announcements, the VIP badges, the highlight editor, and the squad streaming will be up in the next few weeks. There was no specific timeline given. Like I said, most of the stuff was big picture, but they did announce that, a rough date. Next one, which I think is pretty huge and pretty slept on, and I think a lot of people have talked about this a lot on Twitch, that they've wanted this and they're finally giving it to us, is that sub badges now show the total number of months you have been subbed and not consecutive. This is actually really, really cool. And this is coming in January. So this is coming, it's going to be a little bit, but this is really, really good and really, really cool. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, there's people who have Like for me, I have a 1 year sub, or 12 months or 13 months subs. Let's say, let's put in months. But what if, for some reason, financially, I can't support that streamer and I have to unsub for a month? Well, when I unsub for a month and then I come back, I will be back at the 1 month sub badge, unfortunately, as if I'm a new sub, which is necessarily not true, right? Because just because you skipped a month because you couldn't pay anymore, you're back to being, having a sub badge and just saying that you've only been subbed for a month when it's really been like 13 or 14 months. So instead of it being consecutive, it will now show the total number of months you have subbed over the lifetime of being in that person's channel, which is really, really cool. So that is something that a lot of people have been asking for. So instead of it saying like they subbed 36 months in a row, it will say something like they have subbed a total of 36 months, right? So it's something that a lot of people have wanted, and I think that will be cool with sub badges. You don't lose your streaks and stuff like that, and you still keep your sub badge. So let's say you're a 2 month sub, you quit subbing, you sub back 6 months later, you still have your 2 month sub badge. So I think that's pretty cool. Next up, they announced something that's available today where Snapchat is partnering with Twitch to integrate filters into the stream. It's basically a new desktop app called Snap Camera. But yeah, it's pretty much just filters live on your stream that integrates into it. This is actually available today, and you can go download it now at SnapCam. Just Google Snap Camera and you'll find it. But essentially it just means, like, if you guys use Streamlabs OBS, there's a feature already in there where you're able to just have live filters on your stream. And on your camera as well. So that's pretty much what it is. There's also a thing where if someone subs or donates or whatever, bits, anything, it will automatically change the filter to whatever they have preset in the Snap Camera app. So that is available today if you want to go check that out. I don't think I'll be using it. The extension also allows it so that snap filters can be saved through a snap code that's shown to the viewer if they want to say, oh, that's pretty cool. You can utilize that or whatever. That's pretty neat. So that is also coming out as well. Something I wanted to also mention that we kind of skipped over really quick is they're going to have new featured sections on the homepage, which is just twitch.tv. I don't really use the homepage at all, so I feel like this feature, while it's cool, wish they would redo or fix up some stuff. But they will have new partners and then up and coming streamers, which means streamers that are to your liking according to your tags, according to your viewing experience. They will show streamers that might be partners, might not be, most likely not, right? Affiliates, no viewers, stuff like that on the official twitch.tv homepage. That is coming soon as well. So expect that. They also have anniversary streams, which I guess if it's like their 3-year or 4-year anniversary, probably using the anniversary tag, you'll be able to check out those anniversaries and see what is up. So that's coming to the twitch.tv homepage. Once again, I don't go to the homepage at all, so I wish that it was more integrated into probably something else that was in Twitch. Maybe the following list or something like that would be pretty cool. The browse list, I don't know, but it's only going to be on the featured homepage. Next up as well, they also announced that you'll be able to manage your channel's VIP moderator and editor roles all from one place. And they'll just be called roles now, which is kind of cool. The picture that they showed off looked akin to basically Discord roles is really what it reminded me of. So it's pretty cool that you'll be able to show off those type of people and see who are your editors and moderators and all that in one place. And then next up, second to last thing actually, they announced bounty boards a while ago. If you guys didn't know what this was, we talked about this on a previous episode of the podcast, but essentially bounty boards are a way for you to get sponsorships. We talked about it already, that they don't really pay that well, but they will be opening up the bounty board thing to 30 more brands that are just various brands and degrees, and that it will be opened up to partners. And partners have like various things that they need to do. It says it within the contract. So for this one, it shows Assassin's Creed. It says game key included with bounty activation. Keys are emailed 72 hours within 72 hours of bounty activation. At any point during a stream session, stream Assassin's Creed for 1 hour straight with an average of X concurrent viewers. If you don't hit that average, you'll get proportional percentage of this payout. No needless bad mouthing of the content. Be sure to engage with the content and community. Use the bounties widget on your live dashboard to add hashtag sponsor to the stream. Turn on the stored past broadcast options on your channel settings. Bounties will be held in your queue for a maximum of 5 days. They will expire if you do not accept them, or if you don't do them, right? So it's like in queue, as in you have 5 days to be able to do the sponsorship. They said that this will be opening up to all partners very, very shortly. And then select affiliates will also be getting this privilege to use that. And that one is something where Twitch will contact you. You don't contact Twitch. And they will decide as affiliates how, what games and stuff you should utilize and be a part of with your bounty board. So unfortunately, they said that it's only in US and Canada for now, with Europe expansion in 2019. Lastly, I guess you can count this another major announcement, but Twitch announced that they are going to come out with their own game. Sorry about that, but Twitch announced that they will be coming out with their own game called Twitch Sings, and it's in conjunction with Harmonix, the people who made Rock Band. But it's pretty much just a lot of streamers do this, but they do like karaoke nights. And with this new game that is coming out, it will basically be karaoke nights where people, instead of hopping on Discord to sing, can just request songs, chat can duo sing with streamers and stuff like that. Be able to just have a game that is all in Twitch to do karaoke and singing, and probably integrated in Twitch in a better way with extensions and stuff like that. And it's going to currently be in beta, and you can help test that beta if you go to link.twitch.tv/sings or singbeta.twitch.tv are both the links that you can go to. And you can sign up, and they'll check out your dashboard and your analytics to see if you would be a perfect fit for this beta. So yeah, guys, that was pretty much all that was announced. Like I said, very small things, and this episode just really wanted to get it to you guys what ended up coming out for Twitch and what was announced for Twitch. Like I said, very small, minor things, but a good amount of life changes that happened. So overall, I'm glad with some of these implementations that are coming out. Fortunately, nothing super major in my opinion. I would love to hear something about Twitch affiliate ads. I would have loved to heard some other major changes, but it is what it is. Like I said, this was just a first impression audio podcast. That's why we titled it 10.5. But if you guys do want to remember, Tuesday we will be checking out what is that? Tuesday, October 30th. Remember that we will be checking out the TwitchCon keynote again with Pixel in a deeper dive as well, and that will be a way longer episode. I think a little too long for that episode. So yeah, since Pixel's not here though, I will outro him out. Remember to follow Pixel at twitch.tv/pixel_pusher101, and his Twitter is twitter.com/pixelpusher101, no underscore. So go and check him out there. My name is Ryan Kubo. You can follow me at twitch.tv/Ryan Kubo for my streams, where I stream and record every podcast I do, including DeepThoughts. Twitter.com/Ryan Kubo for all updates on the podcast and my general life. Instagram.com/Ryan Kubo. I've been using the stories on there a lot more to post when episodes are live on Spotify, so check that out as well. And then you can also follow the Deep Thoughts podcast at capital D, capital T Thoughts Pod, with the P. So the D, the T, and the P are capitalized. So go follow us there. But this was just a short episode recapping the Twitch keynote. Hopefully we'll see you guys on Tuesday for a big episode talking about BlizzCon and TwitchCon. And yeah, hopefully we see you guys there. Take it easy, guys, and I will see you guys later. Peace.